Have you ever thought owning a plane would be impossible? Were you deterred by the hefty price tag on most personal planes? Well, in this video, I will show you 5 super affordable planes under $50,000 that you can buy in 2020. Before we get to number 5, please consider subscribing to my channel. It's free and it really helps this channel grow. All the planes in this list have to have at least 2 seats, have a range over 250 miles, and be under $50,000. Number 5. 1970s model Cessna 150. The Cessna 150 was a benchmark plane for Cessna. It was wildly popular and was produced from 1958 to 1977. It is a 2-seater and the base model has a range of 350 miles. You can get the 1970 to 75 version for under $35,000 on major used aircraft sites. You can even find older 1960 models as low as $15,000. The 150 is really a reliable plane and is preferred by flight schools and is really an easy plane to fly. So the Cessna 150 is definitely a great choice if you're looking to buy your first plane. Some small drawbacks of the 150. The Cessna 150 does only have 2 seats, so taking friends or family on a flight is really not an option. But if you are the only one flying or you just have one friend with you, having only 2 seats may not be a problem. The Cessna 150 also has a really bare bones interior. Some pilots may prefer it, but anyway, since we're talking about budget planes, what else could you expect? All in all, the Cessna 150 is a great affordable beginner aircraft that you will not regret purchasing. Number 4. Beechcraft Model 77 Skipper. The Beechcraft Skipper was Beechcraft's attempt to rival the hugely popular Cessna 150. The Skipper is truly a rare gem that you would love to get your hands on. Since there have only been 300 produced, it may truly be a rare gem. The Skipper is also a 2-seater cruising at 121 miles per hour for 475 miles, so it does have slightly better performance numbers than its Cessna counterpart. When you can find a Skipper for sale, it usually retails between $25,000 to $35,000 for the late 70s model. The Skipper is a great beginner aircraft as well as with slightly better performance than some of its rivals. In my opinion, it also looks pretty cool, with the T-tail and the wings being under the body instead of on the top like the Cessna 150. Some small drawbacks of the Skipper. The Skipper is also a 2-seater like the Cessna 150. So it has the same drawbacks in that regard. Another drawback is that since so few have been produced, it may be hard to find used ones on the market. But every now and then they do pop up, so if you wait long enough, you should be able to find one. Number 3. The 1960s model Cessna 172A. The Cessna 172 is the most popular plane in the world. It is the most iconic personal plane. It's no surprise it made our list today. The Cessna 172 is the first 4-seater on our list. It will cruise at 124 miles per hour for 400 miles. It is also, of course, larger than the other planes we have had so far with more storage space. One of the best things about the Cessna 172 is the price. Getting a mid to late 60s model will only cost you from $30,000 to $45,000. The Cessna 172 is one of your best options if you're looking for a plane you can take your family and friends on. It is also an easy plane to fly, being used by numerous flight schools all around the world. Some small drawbacks of the 172. The Cessna 172 doesn't really have many drawbacks at all. If you wanted to be really picky, the 1960 model of the 172 is kind of old, so the interior would be showing its age. But it wouldn't be that expensive renovating the interior, so it doesn't really come out to be that big of a problem. The 172 is a plane that you will not regret buying, especially since most of the planes appreciate in value over time. Number 2. Glenmont A5 Traveler. The Glenmont A5 was the successor of the 2-seater AA1 that was popular in the 2-seater trainer market. They released the A5 Traveler in 1971. It was mildly popular with over 800 units produced before production ceased. The Glenmont Traveler is a fast bird that will take you close a quarter way across the United States with a cruising speed of 140 miles an hour for 700 miles. The Glenmont is spacious compared to the 2-seaters on our list. It has the greatest range so far, and usually you can find a good one for under $40,000. The Glenmont is a really sporty plane that will give you the most bang for your buck than any of the aircraft in this list so far. It's the sports car of affordable used aircraft from the 60s and 70s. Some small drawbacks of the Glenmont A5 Traveler. The A5 of course doesn't have any air conditioning. So, because of the greenhouse glass style cockpit, on the sunnier days, you may get a bit hot. So if you live in the southern states, you may not want to fly on the hottest days. But all in all, the A5 Traveler is a great road trip, or shall we say air trip aircraft that you can get a ton of fun with your family and friends. Number 1. Mooney M20C. The Mooney M20C is the SUV of this comparison. Spacious compared to the other models, fast, and great range, this plane is deserved of the number 1 spot. And to be found for under $40,000 for early 70s models, it is a great value buy. The plane shows superiority in its performance numbers. Its top speed is 200 miles per hour, but can fly for 759 miles if flying at a more humble 188 miles per hour. This plane can cruise around your state in no time at all. If you're looking for speed, the Mooney M20C is the best option for under $30,000. It simply doesn't get any better for under 50 grand. The amount of space, performance, and range is more than you could ask for if you're buying your first plane. Small drawbacks of the Mooney M20C. The back seats can get slightly tight sometimes with 2 people, but this is not really much of an issue. Do you think the Mooney M20C deserved the number 1 spot? Let me know down below. Also, if this video was helpful, make sure to give it a like. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for 50 subscribers. Also, thank you to my 50th subscriber, The Mask Podcast. So, make sure to go check out his channel out and subscribe to him. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.